You know too many people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2019 WPA Players Championship Qualifier number 2. Coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. I'm in the booth with the infamous Carl Boyce. How are you today, sir?
I'm very good, thanks, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing great. Got a great match here. Omar Alshaheen versus Jui-An. This is a race to 5. All these matches are race to 5 single elimination. 1 ball is racked on the spot, 9 in the middle. The rest do not matter. There's a 3-foul rule and a 3-point rule in effect. Top 4 players from this event are guaranteed a berth into stage 2, which will start on the 16th. And that is a $50,000 added event.
So it's Omar Alshaheen to break. Told me a couple of days ago he's very good at racking the balls. So let's have a look. He was lying, Omar.
Well, he got a good spread, and it was an illegal break, but I don't know if it's going to matter too much. I suppose if Hsu wanted to, he could pass it back. 3 balls did not cross the head string, nor were any balls pocketed.
So I'm not too sure about this fella. We didn't get to see him play yesterday.
Yeah, he wasn't on the stream yesterday.
He's Taiwanese, right?
I do believe so, yes.
So you would expect him to be a very good player.
Omar had an awesome showing this year at, was it Derby? I think he got 2nd in the banks. He was in contention for the all-around. So Omar's been making a statement recently as well. I think he did pretty good at a tournament out in Arizona within the last 6 or 8 months as well.
Yeah, he's been putting the air miles in. No, he made a hit, and he's not left an easy opener.
You cross the 1 back up table, or down table, I should say, between the 8 and 9, and just leave 9 feet of distance. Maybe the 2 ball kills the cue ball. Yep, just like that. He's got blockers with the 8 and the 5. I like that shot.
Yeah, his first 2 shots, a couple of good safety shots, so. So Omar's kicking again. Now he's not really going to miss the 1 ball here, but he's coming round to have a look because it's crucially it's the exact point. Yeah.
I think ideally he'd like to kick and stick it as best he could, just kind of leave the cue ball where the 1 is and send the 1 ball up table, just creating distance, possibly using the 8 and 5 as blockers again.
Yeah, he was trying to hit the 1 ball in between the side pocket and the 3. He didn't hit it full enough, which caused cue ball to travel up table. Surely he's got to go for a bank shot here, has he?
Yeah, I think you go for it here. I don't think you're supposed to play safe here. All right, Hsu did attack the bank. Came a little bit long. Ended up fairly fortunate not to leave an aggressive shot for Omar to pocket. However, I look for Omar to play it safe here.
Yeah, now it's Omar's chance to try and take control of the rack.
He's got some friends down table with the 4, the 5, and the 8.
Some friends. I've not heard that
some
one
friends.
before. I like that. He's got some friends.
It just kind of came to me.
Kind of like it. I'm going to steal that one.
It's all yours.
No, I think he's left a gap. No, I'm not saying he's left anything easy, but obviously he was trying to get the hook there. So.
I don't think you can see the edge of this ball, but there's a pretty simple rail first. He's just got to kind of decide what he wants to do with both the cue ball and the 1 ball.
You'd be chasing the 9 here, wouldn't you, Ben? I know your game.
You do know my game.
Good speed on the 1 ball.
So right off the bat here, we haven't seen anything too aggressive yet. It's been a pretty good little back and forth safety exchange here.
And he's got another good opportunity of a safety shot here, trying to get the 1 ball down the bottom. And if he just misses, yeah, he's happy with that. Good cue ball.
He
good
did
pace.
well. That was real good pace.
And he's left with a nasty little shot here, isn't he?
He is. I believe it's too close to comfortably jump. Can't go 1 rail between the 6 and 7, so he's going to have to take multiple rails into consideration here. Although he's just walked back to his pool case and he's pulling out his jump cue, so maybe he doesn't mind that close proximity to the 7.
It's a good job. There's no shot clock.
Extension.
Now, I'm not familiar with this guy. I said that before, but I'm looking. I've not even seen his face anywhere before. So I don't know if he's
There's about 4, maybe 5 inches between the cue ball and the 7 ball. So this is a pretty tight jump.
Yeah, and from the TV angle, it doesn't look like he's got that much gap, but, you know, he can get over the ball.
He did very well. It was very, he got rewarded for it.
Yeah, rule number 1, make sure you hit the ball, which he did.
So that could be a little piece of useful information for Omar right there, knowing that his opponent is extremely comfortable and very efficient with a jump cue. His safe game is going to have to be pretty tight.
He hit the correct side of the 1 ball, didn't he?
He did,
Just to try and make something happen and leave distance. So it's not the worst results. It's not an easy shot, this, is it? Especially when you've played 4 or 5 safety shots and you've not had to go at a pot.
You almost feel obligated to play safe here.
Can he play across bank towards the 9? Getting a good cue ball, or is that a bit risky because you don't know where the 1's going? I don't know. Maybe that's not quite on.
I like that. Excuse me. I like that shot.
Yeah,
he could actually come underneath the 9 and pocket the 1 at the same time.
Yeah, he's got to make sure he don't get a double kiss. I think he's having to go at the pot though because he's queued up that long. Tells me he's really trying to find his aiming point. Yeah, not a million miles off, was he? Bad news is it's gone over the side, and it's the first real easy opportunity we've had in this match.
This was the opening Omar was patiently waiting for.
I must say the last match was a bit of a classic, wasn't it, Ben?
That was one heck of a match.
Did you enjoy that one?
I did. I wasn't able to be in the booth with you for that match, but I sat alongside here and watched it. 2 great players. One of them had to go down. That was Ruslan versus Vilmos, in case you're just tuning in. Ruslan came out on top by a score of 5-4. So Vilmos will come back and try his luck tomorrow.
We get to have a look at Omar's skills with the bridge. Not too bad. Yeah, you'd be happy with that.
Can't tell if the 4 passes the 9 or if he's going to have to play the combination. I think there might just be enough room, but
You don't want to be messing with the 8-ball though. Might not be the end of the world, that. Just depends if he can.
wonder if he likes the carom.
Do you like the carom, Ben?
If the 4 doesn't pass, I'm that sucker. I'm that guy that.
Yeah, it's a shot I've never been a fan of. I know Shane Van Bonen is very good at that shot. I've seen him make that shot quite a lot.
He's pretty good at most shots.
So he's missed the 4, so difficult to see if it was tight. This might be the longest rack of stage 1 so far. Approaching 11 minutes.
Yeah, I think we saw some matches as quick as, what, 20, 24 minutes yesterday?
Key with this shot is obviously to try and control the cue ball. He's got to swerve round this 8 just to make sure he hits the side rail first. Cue ball will fly around the table. And he's missed the rail. He's hit it too far up.
The good news for Hsu is he was able to tie up the 7-ball a little bit, which could cause some issues for Omar here, but let's see if he finds a way to navigate through it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say it's been very kind to him where he's left that, because if the 9 runs on a little bit, it's kind of a gimme rack. But now there's plenty of pool left in this, so he's trying to leave an angle on the 5 to bump the 9 and the 7. So this can go wrong. You've got to make sure you put the ball first as well. Put your 5, bump your 7. Yeah, that's pretty good. He'll take that.
That was well done. Even if he missed it, he had some coverage with the 9-ball there.
Yeah, it could have gone wrong, but it's turned out really nice. Just make sure you put your ball there. Cue ball naturally comes out for the 7. Both players have had opportunities, safeties.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had a pretty good safety exchange there, back and forth for a number of innings. Barring a major mistake here, it looks like Omar's going to take frame number 1.
Now, it must be said, all the players in stage 1, you would think most of the players here are going to be playing in the US Open from the 21st till the 26th of April. So it's kind of important, not just for this event, but for the US Open, that you qualify, because you don't want to be, you want the match practice, don't you? For stage 2, you don't want to be hanging around practicing, you want match practice.
Exactly, you want that pressure.
So there's a lot riding on these qualifiers. It's not just a case of qualifying for stage 2 of the Players Championships. There's a lot of pool to be played in Vegas over the next fortnight. I also always feel like when you're playing in these stage 1 sort of qualifying events for the main events, even though there's some world-class players in stage 1, you don't really feel like it's a tournament, do you? If you once you qualify, you think, oh yeah, I'm in the event now.
Yeah, once you've secured your spot, yeah, you kind of get that feeling.
So we'll get to see what Hsu's break is like for the first time.
I like to keep an eye on the wing ball when people are breaking from the side rail. See how consistently it goes. He came high.
Yeah, he can hit him though. You can see he's got the power.
Sure does.
Lifts his body up to generate more power. Probably didn't give himself the best of racks, but he still got the balls moving.
I'm not entirely certain that two other balls crossed the head
Yeah, I
string.
was just thinking that myself. I don't know. Omar sat down, so he's not, you know,
Obviously,
challenged that.
one ball was pocketed, so he would have only needed 2 object balls to cross. I don't know if either of those 3 up there came up and then came back.
You kind of forget to look, don't
Yeah,
you? Especially when the player's
trying to
hitting
look
them
at
hard.
a few different things, yeah, at the same time. It's
Usually, if people are trying a soft break, you might, you know, pay more attention. But because everyone's just crunching the break, you don't even tend to look really. So it's another safety shot. You'd like this cue ball to keep rolling though, because he's not found a hook there, so he's left a gap. Good one ball though. Getting the one ball safe as well. Seven ball is hampering his cueing, so he will be striking down. Sometimes you can put a bit of unwanted spin on this if you don't deliver the cue through straight.
I think the one caught the point and just leaked out enough for Hsu to see it.
Yeah, it was a nasty safety shot he was left with there.
That's a good angle there. I think he can see enough to hit it. I don't know if he can pocket it in that corner. He may be able to manipulate it with some outside spin, kind of manufacture an angle on that one ball.
I'd like to thank our sponsors for this event. Cyclop Hyperion balls, Andy 988 cloth, diamond tables of course.
Master Chalk, How Tips, Predator Cues, CSI, Griff's Billiards, of course the WPA. Without that collaboration, this wouldn't be happening. So thank you to them.
So it's an opportunity now after a good safety shot, it has to be said. It's forced Omar, I wouldn't say to make a mistake. Kicking at the one ball was never easy to get safe. But it's a chance and we get to have a look at how he plays now.
Yeah, we can see an aggressive side of Hsu here.
Yeah, because I think he's played some good safety shots, so that tells us he knows what's going on in the safety department. Just want to see what he's like at pocketing the ball and cue ball control. You can see he's very deliberate, likes to walk around the table, checking his angles.
Yeah, he's deliberate's a great word. He takes his time. I like what he just did there. He got down and didn't like the way he felt or like what he saw, and he stood up and kind of reset for a moment and then got back down. That's something a lot of the top players are smart enough to do. A lot of amateurs will just stay down on the ball and pull the trigger before they're completely convinced.
So he elected to pull the cue ball back on that shot. And I think this is thinner than the TV angle makes it look. Good news is cue ball will naturally come round off 3 rails So you just want to focus on the pot here, because you don't have to worry about the cue ball, because you know it's going to go in the right path. That's not too bad. He'd like it off the rail though. Depends what angle he's got on the 5. You wouldn't want the angle running into the 9, would you? Off the side rail.
No, I think he does have a little angle. He may just nudge the cue ball into the 9 and hold the cue ball basically where the 9 is now. So he went behind it. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was the problem. That angle that he had, he was always going into the 9. Now, can he pop this? He can't. That was all caused because the cue ball finished on the rail. Looking at cross bank, isn't it?
It would appear so. I think the edge of the 9 ball is stopping him from being able to cut it into your lower right as you're looking at the screen.
Jump shot wouldn't be
a horrible shot.
No, because the cue ball will be going towards the 8 and all, so you never know, you might make the 8 as well. Decides to play the cross bank. Had to go in because there was no safety aspect of that shot. And it's another mistake in the balls. I just feel maybe it's a bit of inexperience creeping in, because you can see he's, a top player.
Maybe he's got those first match of the day jitters.
Yeah, I think on the 6 ball in the side, he just presumed he was going to hit the 9.
And kick it out
a bit
further.
Different, yeah, a bit different. Yeah, that a bit further, or maybe a bit low or something. That's why he didn't hit it too hard, but he misjudged it, and it's cost him the rack.
So Omar's going to take a 2-0 lead, and he'll be breaking. Our next match on this feature table will be Donnie Branson versus Manny Perez, for those wondering. Omar taking his time, making sure he gives himself a good rack here. Maybe he wasn't lying to you. Maybe he does know about racking. Maybe he just got unfortunate on his first break. He's having a tough time freezing him up though, so he's...
Yeah, he's certainly taking his time on the rack, isn't he?
No gaps. Doesn't want to leave himself any gaps, I don't think. Did he switch sides? I thought he broke from the other side last time. Oh no, he did break from this side. Crossed over with the cue ball last time. This time he hit the one a little bit more square. Kept the cue ball
Yeah, and
a little more in line.
Wing ball flew straight in, didn't it? So such a big advantage when you can rack the balls good, and you know the wing ball's going to be flying in every break. Now he can't pot the one, but he does have a relatively easy safety. Cue ball ducking in between.
Did he leave a window?
The 7 and the 2. I don't think he's left a window of a pot. you see the little cue in his hand, so.
You've already seen what he can do with that. Another pretty close jump here. Although he's not jumping full ball this time.
He's got to be careful. I think there is a possible scratch on in the bottom right if he doesn't hit the one exactly where he's aiming. It tracked towards it, didn't he? Hit it thin and he stuck it up. So the safety shot from Omar has worked. And it's a pretty open table. Needs this cue ball to stop though. He's kind of lost that. Yeah, it's a bad shot that. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to pocket the two because he can go rail first even if he can't see. But he's over it that by a long way. And going rail first, how do you get on the three? Because you're going to hit that ball there. Can he chop this red three in?
I think he can, and I think he can. I think he's got options here too. I think he could spin it with a lot of inside, come on, stay above the four, or let it run naturally and come below it, which I like a little bit better in this situation. Oh, he killed it.
Yeah, he played a good shot there. He made it look dead easy, didn't he?
He did.
Played it with loads of right and spin.
Made me look like a fool for what I thought he might do.
People watching probably thought that was like a hanger, but you want to try that in your club. The next time you go for a game, spinning it in with loads of right to check the cue ball up.
It's not an easy task, especially on newer slick cloth. We've already seen a number of times through these events so far. Speed control has been a factor. People have been overrunning a lot of shots. Table's playing quick.
Omar's usually a very quick player. I've noticed, I think because it's a short race, he's decided to slow his game down a little bit.
Apologize for the background noise, guys. I think we got some mixed drinks flowing.
It's a bit early for them type of drinks, but we are in Vegas.
This is Las Vegas, my friend. It's early for some, it's late for others.
So things are looking good for Omar Alshaheen from the UAE.
Takes a 3-0 lead. Hsu's going to be racking and breaking rack 4 here.
He's kind of getting to the point of no return.
Yeah, he's got to, in my opinion, he has to win this rack to win this match. It's tough to overcome.
You're sticking your neck out there, aren't you?
Might be. I probably am.
You don't fancy him for a 4-0 down, though, in a race.
In an alternate break format, I don't fancy too many people coming back from that, but maybe yourself. But who's going to get you down 4-0?
Probably everyone these days.
Yeah. You trying to get action, Carl? All right, so let's see if Hsu's successful on the break here, pocketing the 1 or the wing ball, which appears to be the 4. Came a little high with both balls.
Yeah,
he crushes that. He crushes the break, but he loses the cue ball.
He's got a lot of power, hasn't he? And I think I just think he's not too good at racking the balls with a triangle. And if you're not very good at racking the balls with a triangle, you do well to go deep in these big events. shot there. He had to just miss the 5-ball.
He did really well there. A little more creative than what I saw.
Yeah, and if you can't see the 1-ball, kicking off the back rail doesn't really give him too many options. So he might have to play a little swerve shot, you know, and just chip the 1.
I wouldn't be entirely surprised if he grabbed his jump cue.
One thing that worries me about the jump shot is it's where's the ball going? Can't really see any kind of good things that are going to happen. I think he can play like a little slow type swerve shot.
If he can kick the back of it and somehow kick the 1 between the 2 and 6, I think at this point that would be ideal. Cue ball basically sticks where the 1 is, but that's a small window and you're kicking, so it's tough. Tall order.
Yeah, just
similar to that. He hit that a little firmer than I thought he would.
He's got to be happy with the end result there, though, hasn't he? He was in a bit of a spot there. I know he's left Omar a pot, but it's not like a complete gimme. He's got to pot this, and can he screw it into the 4 and hold the cue ball, but you don't really know where the 4's going.
What do you think about the 4-rail safety?
I'll tell you in a minute if he plays.
I think that safety is just as tough as the shot you proposed. So for me personally, if it's equally tough to play safe as it is to pocket the ball, I'm going to go for the pocket.
One thing's for certain, at 3-0 up, the shot is a little bit easier. Yeah, he's just had a look at the potting angle, so that tells us he's attacking.
He went forward with inside.
I'll tell you what, that
Wow.
shot of the tournament, what a shot he's played
My
there.
gosh.
He's had to load that ball up. That is a ridiculous shot, that is, it really is. That's the best shot we've seen in a day and a half so far. You won't see many better shots than that.
I hope the people watching understand and appreciate what just happened, because that was ridiculous. Longer shot, steep angle. Stuck it with inside. Narrowly dodged 2 balls and ended up with excellent position.
Oh, he's playing exhibition pool now.
He's feeling it.
Yeah, that 1 ball, what a shot that was.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Needs an angle, looks good. Perfect position there. Can just roll this ball through now for the 5 in the corner. Our next match will be at 2 o'clock, and I think it's
Donnie Branson versus Manny Perez.
There you go. Again, he could do with his cue ball not being on the rail. He's getting down quick, so the angle must be good just to pocket this ball, come back out off one rail.
Don't want to hit the 7 coming back. There he goes.
Just missed it, didn't he? Though it was close.
He's very comfortable playing with inside English.
Probably go 3 rails. Oh, I thought we were going to spin it round more.
He likes inside.
Yeah,
he's killing him with inside. I love it.
Has to be said, he's lost the cue ball a couple of times in his last 3 or 4 shots, hasn't he?
He has. He's got a smile on his face. I think he knows he's his own enemy right now.
But he's made the 9, and it's 4-0.
And he's breaking.
And he's breaking. Have you seen a 5-0 yet?
I have not witnessed a 5-0 match on the stream. I believe a 5-0 match took place earlier this morning on a different table. And I'm not sure if there were any donuts laid out yesterday. So Omar's gonna do all he can to close this out now, get it over with.
Yeah, he's got to be feeling good now. He's come with some nice shots. And then you see a couple of balls go in. He's got a shot at the 3.
That 7 ball is very friendly right there.
Yeah, he's got some friends, hasn't he?
He's got some friends, Carl. Now what do you do here? I like to try to finesse it and draw underneath it.
Knowing Omar, he'll spin it in with loads of left.
Tons of inside.
Yeah, he did as well. You know, he checked it in, he loves that shot. Anybody out there who's struggling with
inside English, give this man a call.
Yeah, get some coaching off Omar.
Lessons available.
I mean, it's not ideal this, but at least he does have a shot. You can kind of just concentrate on the pot, which isn't easy. Doesn't like spinning it that way. Maybe he should have just checked that one up as well.
Look, he's got a friend in the 7 ball again. The 7 ball helped him on the break. It gave him an opening shot. It's now come to his aid as a blocker.
Now at 4-0 down, missed a couple of opportunities in the first 2 racks. You may as well just have a swipe at this one, because you feel like it's not your day.
He went back for the short cue.
The scratch is on.
You played this game before, Carl?
Made the ball, but unluckily the cue ball was always tracking towards that pocket.
Extremely unlucky. That's tough to get over a ball and pocket another object ball, but then to get immediately kicked in the stomach with a scratch is a bit dejecting. Especially at 4-0 down, you feel like, you know, like you said, it's just not your day. Everything's against you today. The good news is he's got 2 more days after this to qualify.
Yeah, Omar's feeling good out there. Everything's going his way. He's playing some nice shots just as he chucks a funny one in. Just check this one up, why not? Let's finish with a check shot.
Low inside, 3 rails.
He's made the 8. Not ideal on the 9. Full distance, so gotta stay still. But it's not like it's 4-4, and there's huge pressure on this. And there you go,
There
Omar played some nice shots in that match. Advances to round 2.
of our second qualifier. Omar Alshaheen takes down Jui-An by a score of